We're going to be doing 4 mushroom sculptures, 3 of them various colors on top of the roof.
Je travaille toujours à la peinture à la bombe, mais c'est une sorte de pointillisme. Je laisse couler la peinture.
I make a sculpture out of clay or polymer clay, and then I put them on the walls.
For the last 6 years I've been painting on discarded chewing gum. Each one of these pictures is for a different person. Are you from London?
No, I'm South African, but I've been living here for 4 years. If you want to be a professional surfer, go live in South Africa, but if you want to be a professional artist or a musician, come live in London. We're attempting something here which is a little bit different from the traditional graffiti spray painting on walls and doing stuff like that, which has always been a little bit more taboo because they tend to call it defacing of property, whereas the sculptures that I'm doing are made from foam. You know, they don't physically damage any property, but not that I'm saying I'm against or for it. It's just I think it's a little bit easier, you know, doing this kind of thing, and we're trying to do something new and fresh. I was quite lucky. I got access. I met the person who lives here, and we've got access to the roof in a very special way. We're going to be hoisting up the stuff from the back, which is a little bit public, but I think we move quickly with a good disguise. We'll be all right.
What is it exactly?
Expanding foam, polyurethane. It's what builders use for insulation.
And it will dry like...
It expands to 3-4 times its size.
Okay. So it fixes it definitely.
Yeah, the thing is with such a strong wind, because we're so high up in the building, you know, these screws, I have done little plugs and screws in there, and it should be relatively strong, but this is just extra precaution, you know, to prevent it from falling into the street. But I mean, even if it does fall into the street, it's quite soft. It won't really harm someone, but we just don't want that. So.
What's the texture of the mushroom?
Polyurethane.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, where do mushrooms appear? They need the right environmental circumstances, like we have here in London, and they just kind of pop up. You never know where they're going to happen, you know, and that's sort of the little trick behind the mushrooms. I thought it'd be a nice display. It's all about traffic, right? It's all about numbers, and you want people to see your work. As opposed to in a gallery where, you know, if you did really good marketing, you'd get maybe 100 or 200. If you're really good, 300 people. But on the streets, thousands of people see it every day, and it's free. We're artists, right? We want to be seen, and this is what we live for. you know, to show our works, you know, to say something about society, say something about ourselves, you know. I suppose art is just a way of fixing time, fixing a social historical context in time and saying this is what happened this time in life in this part of the world. I started this a year and a half ago, so I was in London for 2.5 years before I actually started doing this stuff. I was doing paintings and exhibiting in galleries with my paintings, and it went okay. I sold some pieces and stuff, but I wasn't getting the kind of grand exposure that I was looking for, you know. And this just seemed like the way forward, because it's free and it's accessible to so many people on the streets. You install 3 like that and you feel great again, you man. And it's like, this is why we do this, right? And we're going to drink some beer tonight, and I think we're going to have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of meaning, you know, like.
Oui, bonjour. Oui, bien.
D'origine, je viens d'Australie, mais je voyage pas mal en Europe et j'aime bien Londres. Dans ces derniers temps, j'ai passé pas mal de temps à Londres. J'ai décidé de vivre ici un peu pour voir ce qui se passe, surtout avec le milieu street art, ça m'intéresse.
Tu parles un français impeccable.
Je ne dirais pas impeccable, mais oui, merci. Avec un accent australien toujours. Mais, voilà, merci.
Tu as voyagé en France, tu as...
Oui, j'ai fait beaucoup de voyages en France. J'aime bien France, j'ai des amis français. J'ai vécu à Paris pour 8 mois. Je suis artiste, peintre, et avec pas mal d'influences de la rue où j'ai commencé quand j'étais un adolescent avec le graphe et avec une équilibré avec le studio. Et juste récemment, je suis retourné pour peindre les murs dans la rue, sur la rue.
Qu'est-ce que ça t'apporte en fait de travailler dans la rue en fait, plutôt que dans un atelier ou,
oui, c'est très différent. Peindre sur la rue, les imprévus, les conditions, le mauvais temps parfois, les choses que la texture, la qualité du mur, parfois les fissures, les trous, c'est très, très différent. Ma peinture pour la plupart c'est assez figuratif. Mais ce que je fais maintenant sur la rue, c'est je travaille toujours à la peinture à la bombe, mais c'est une sorte de pointillisme et je laisse couler la peinture pour beaucoup de les couleurs individuels qui forment l'image en totalité. Quand tu peins dans la street, c'est comme tu donnes l'art à le peuple. Les choses qui peuvent arriver après, c'est inconnu. Par exemple, je peux peindre ici aujourd'hui, demain, ça peut être recouvert. Mais moi, je prends ce risque. Je trouve c'est très fort le milieu de street art ici. Londres, c'est vraiment impressionnant pour le mouvement, l'énergie, le soutien, ou juste tous les gens qui participent dans ce mouvement de street art. C'est un vrai dialogue dans la rue, partout, les choses qui changent quotidiennement. Cette peinture, cette image-là, c'est une série que j'ai commencé à faire il y a 1 an. Un truc avec... ça, c'est censé parler du sujet humain dans le contexte de la ville, mais le poids de la ville sur le humain. Oui, c'est très différent à l'approche en vrai. Il y a plus d'énergie, tu vois les couleurs qui se mélangent, comme tu dis, mais quand tu vois les peintures de loin, ça donne quelque chose de différent.
Tu voulais nous montrer autre chose aujourd'hui, c'est ça?
Oui, j'ai quelques autres murs dans le coin, parce que cette mur-là, c'était, comme j'ai expliqué avant, je ne sais pas si cette mur c'est autorisé ou pas. Donc je le fais un peu à l'arrache, un peu vite fait, mais l'autre mur que je vais te montrer, c'est un peu plus grande, où j'ai pu prendre mon temps.
Celle-là, tu l'as fait quand en fait?
Je le fais en septembre l'année dernière. Oui, je pense les gens dans le quartier, ils aiment.
Ils aiment bien, ouais.
Ils aiment bien, ils l'apprécient.
Ouais, parce que si elle est là depuis un an, c'est que, dans le street art, souvent, ça reste pas longtemps.
Exactement. Ça, c'est étonnant que ça durait si longtemps.
C'est une forme de reconnaissance finalement si ça reste aussi longtemps.
Oui, c'est bien. Non, c'est excellent si les gens peuvent apprécier l'art dans la rue, s'ils le laissent, c'est cool.
On est dans quel quartier en fait ici?
On est dans le quartier de Shoreditch, mais ici c'est Brick Lane.
Ça a une spécificité un peu ce quartier
Oui, c'est très un quartier un peu populaire, un peu branché, un peu cool, un peu bobo même. C'est très typique East London. You come from London?
No, I wasn't born in London. I was born in Nigeria. But I've been in London for many years, yeah.
And for how long do you make stuff in the streets?
I've been doing street art for about 5 years now. I've been drawing and making sculptures since I was a little boy. And a friend of mine, when I moved to London, introduced me to this area, Shoreditch, which has a lot of street art. And I thought, I'd like to do that. I'd like to try street art. So I made sculptures and decided to put them on walls. Yeah, these are my boxes. And they protect the sculptures because they're very fragile.
Okay.
So I make the boxes, and then what's inside is the sculpture.
What's your inspiration for doing this?
Well, this one is a Hindu deity called Lord Jagannath, because my spiritual belief system is Hare Krishna, so I'm a Hare Krishna, and this is Lord Jagannath. So this is spray paint, and then covered in crystals, and these here, the grey dots are like reflective material, and it reflects the sunlight.
When you create these pieces, you think about this sun aspect on your sculpture?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, it's about interaction with light. I like the idea of street art because it's an open gallery. Here I can put my stuff on the wall. People like it, they don't like it, it's up to them.
And London is a good gallery for you?
Yeah, London is good. It's although it's becoming more difficult now because there's cameras everywhere and
Oh yeah.
The police are more they come down more hard on you if they catch you.
Yeah. It looks like, you know, Mayan sort of.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, no, a lot of people say that actually. Yeah, it looks like, I went to Mexico and they had like all these like weird sort of creatures. How much are they? Not for sale, man. No? Yeah, of course they're for sale. No?
Because they're so heavy, once they're glued to the wall, it's very difficult to get them off.
Okay. What, these are going to be here forever?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So much street art has a political message. Like if you look at Banksy's stuff, it's a political message and it's tied in with humour. And I think with my art, I like to just put the art that I make at home on the street, so it has no message whatsoever. The reaction from people is really interesting because it's so different, they don't really know what it is. So people are very curious about it. A couple of guys came along earlier and they were like, what's this, you know, because it's not usual spray paint or stencil street art, so it generates a lot of interest actually, which I'm surprised at. My original pieces started off very small and very simple, and now they're just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So
I would like to see your work in 10 years.
yeah,
It's going to be very huge.
yeah, I'll either be in prison or I'll be making even bigger stuff.
I come from London, North London, Barnet, and the last 6 years I've been painting on discarded chewing gum on the high street, well, all over North London and beyond. I mean, I find it hard with words because what I love is just creating in a visual way and about being creative. So for me, if I can celebrate creative thinking, then that's something in itself. It's allowing something to happen in a new way.
I think there's more chewing gum up in Highgate.
Of course, yeah.
We won't say that though, will we?
I think you're stealing chewing gum.
Oh yeah, okay.
I think you're recycling it. You can have that.
As soon as I started working, people started asking me to do pictures for them and for their lives. And so the pictures have become a social commentary.
Because as we saw, you are very famous in this district.
People know of me, I mean, because I've done a lot of pictures for people. I suppose I give people time. People come up and they ask for so many different things about their lives, and that gets reflected in the pictures that I create. Because people They want love messages and rest in peace pictures, and I ask what colours they want or things, something that's important to them. They demonstrate that to me, and I reflect it in the art. So it creates something more colourful. So it's not just about me and my concepts and my way of thinking, it's about everybody else's as well. And now I have request books, and people write down there, each one of these pictures is for a different person. So, and they're all like different nationalities as well. So people write in Chinese, in French, in German. Hello. Hello.
It's my dad and my sister.
Hi. And you're sorry?
It's funny really, because my daughter, she lectures at Kensington and Chelsea College, and some of her students, they turned the tables upside down and took photographs of all the chewing gum that was stuck on.
Oh yeah, no.
They thought that was rather interesting. It's absolutely wonderful. I've seen them from time to time, and I've never spoken to you, so I just thought...
Oh no, thank you for stopping. Well, take care. I love people, and I found that the pictures I do are about people, and the more we care about people and the intricacies of our environment, then we have a better world to live in. I decided to paint on chewing gum because it gave me a freedom, allowed for spontaneity. The beauty of this picture, someone may see it, they may not. And they are within their rights to remove it if they don't like it. But you can't do that with advertising, and you can't do that with a lot of graffiti. Advertising often, in many ways, it can be very beautiful, but it can also be very manipulating. The very fact that the chewing gum's all on the streets everywhere shows that the campaigns for eating chewing gum, the advertising has been very successful.
Hi, what are you doing?
I'm doing a chewing gum picture. Basically, where there's blobs of gum, there's a potential picture, and it's not criminal damage, because I'm not actually painting on the bridge.
Yes,
I'm painting on the discarded chewing gum, and it just allows for art to happen anywhere. There's a little figure, there's one just over there. Oh, you see, it's nestling just over there, and then but they're all around, and it's whether or not you can find them or not.
How many pictures have you ever made in London?
Tens of thousands, but often
10,000.
At least 10,000. Each time I do a picture, it connects people with other people, because the more that you do, whether it be a love message, and then the actual pictures that people want became more and more intimate. You know, they became like they've proposed marriage, all the gangs have wanted their tags. People have wanted pictures when, you know, like for someone who's died, when their pets have died. People have kind of creative minds, and we can change so many, anything's possible.
If London were a person, what would you like to say to her?
To her? I think it'd be a guy. I'd be like a geezer. I'd be like, "You all right, man?" I'd be like, "You're all right," you know, like, "Thanks for having us." You know?
Je dirais Est-ce que tu veux prendre une bière? On peut discuter plus l'histoire de ton personnage.
It's okay, you know, stop watching us, we're fine. We can have a good time. There's a lot of good people in London. There's a lot of bad people in London, but you don't need to watch us all the time.
I love her, so I love all the people in her, but I'm also quite frightened that I want to care and nurture her.
What is it exactly?
Expanding foam, polyurethane. It's what builders use for insulation.
And it will dry like...
It expands to 3-4 times its size.
So it fixes it definitely.
Yeah, the thing is with such a strong wind, because we're so high up in the building, you know, these screws, I have done little plugs and screws in there, and it should be relatively strong, but this is just extra precaution, you know, to prevent it from falling into the street. But I mean, even if it does fall into the street, it's quite soft. It won't really harm someone, but we don't want that. So.
What's the texture of the mushroom?
Polyurethane.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
You know, when the mushrooms appear, they need the right environmental circumstances, like we're having in London, and they just kind of pop up. You never know where they're going to happen, you know, and that's sort of the little trick behind the mushrooms. Foam, you know, they don't physically damage any property, but not that I'm saying I'm against or for it. It's just I think it's a little bit easier, you know, doing this kind of thing, and you know, we're trying to do something new and fresh. I was quite lucky. I got access. I met the person who lives here, and we've got access to the roof in a very special way. We're going to be hoisting up the stuff from the back, which is a little bit public, but I think we move quickly with a good disguise. We'll be all right.
Are you from London?
No, I'm South African, but I've been living here for 4 years. If you want to be a professional surfer, go live in South Africa, but if you want to be a professional artist or a musician, come live in London. We're attempting something here which you know, is a little bit different from the traditional graffiti spray painting on walls and doing stuff like that, which has always been a little bit more taboo because they tend to call it defacing of property, whereas the sculptures that I'm doing are made from we're going to be doing 4 mushroom sculptures, 3 of them various colors on top of the roof.
Je travaille toujours à la peinture à la bombe, mais c'est une sorte de pointillisme. Je laisse couler la peinture.
I make a sculpture out of clay or polymer clay, and then I put them on the walls.
The last 6 years I've been painting on discarded chewing gum. Each one of these pictures is for a different person.